What is up, masters? I'm Keith Kanana of BISITTR5, and in this video we're going to talk about, or I'm going to teach you how to compute measures of central tendency and dispersion in Excel and JAMOVI. But before that, let's know first the measures of central tendency and dispersion. So what is central tendency? Central tendency is a descriptive summary of a dataset through a single value that reflects the center of the data distribution. Along with the variability of a dataset, central tendency is a branch of descriptive statistics. The central tendency is one of the most quintessential concepts in statistics. Although it does not provide information regarding the individual values in a dataset, it delivers a comprehensive summary of the whole dataset. So, measures of central tendency. Generally, the central tendency of a dataset can be described using the following measures. Mean or average represents the sum of all values in a dataset divided by the total number of values. Median, which is the middle value in a dataset that is arranged in ascending order, from the smallest value to the largest value. And lastly is the mode, defines the most frequently occurring value in a dataset. But sometimes there could be some instances that there will be no mode when there's no frequent occurring data. Next is, what is dispersion in statistics? So dispersion is in statistics is a way of describing how to spread out a set of data. Dispersion is a set of data getting dispersed, stretched, or spread out in different categories. It involves finding the size of distribution values that are expected from a set of data for the specific variable. The meaning of dispersion in statistics is numeric data that is likely to vary at any instance of average value assumption. Next is the measures of dispersion. We have here the range, which is the measure of the difference between the largest and the smallest value of the data variability. Next is the variance. In simple terms, the variance can be calculated by obtaining the sum of the square distance of each term in distribution from the mean, and then dividing this by the total number of terms in distribution. And lastly is the standard deviation, uh, which can be represented as the square root of variance. So now that we natapos na natin daanan yung parang overview ng ating central tendency and dispersion. Gagawin naman natin ngayon, guys, is to compute the measures of central tendency and dispersion in Excel. Now I'm going to teach you how to use Excel in computing this data. So first is sa total. Gagawin natin is you just have to type equal and then right here sum and then click sum. Yeah, as you can see, we have here number 1 and number 2. This represents the first row and the last row. So to get that, we have to highlight these rows from this population column. By the way, guys, itong data set pala natin is selected variables by region in 2015 and selected years. This data set is composed of all the regions in the Philippines, from the national capital region up down to the autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao, or ARMM. We have here columns, namely population, land area per square kilometer rather, density, persons per square kilometer, total number of families in 1,000, average income in 1,000 pesos, average expenditure in 1,000, savings, gross regional domestic product, labor force participation rate, and employed persons. All these data are in 2015. So, yes, tapos na natin i-highlight. And then, lagyan natin ng close parenthesis and then click. And now we have the total of the population column, which is 100,979,303. And to get all the total from the all this column here, from the population up to the employed persons, we all we have to do, guys, masters, is to drag this one out up to the last column you want the data to be computed. And here we go. The Excel will automatically compute all the data here above. And next is to compute the mean. All we have to do is type equal and then type mean. No. Take note, guys. In Excel, there when you type the word mean, there will be no result for this one. But rather different formulas will pop up or will be suggested for you to use. So what do we have to do to get the mean formula in Excel? As you can remember and mentioned earlier in the PPT that we have in this video, the other term for the mean is average. So in here in Excel we have average to compute for the mean, and just like what we did in get and computing the total of the first column, which is the population, i-highlight na din natin ulit yung mga rows na gusto natin ma-compute. And alalahanin natin, guys, na dapat na hindi lalagpas yung highlight natin na row para hindi magkamali yung computation natin. And then close parenthesis, and here we got the mean for the population column, which is 5,939,959. Same thing as we did in the first one. Sa total, drag lang din natin to get all the values or data computed. And in median, we just have to type equal and then type median. And same thing sa ginawa natin sa iba. Okay. Yan, median. Double click this one. Highlight na natin ulit yung mga rows sa population column. Make sure that you overlap with other rows or cells para maging accurate yung computation natin, guys. And then close, and here we go. We have the median for the population column, and same thing as well. Drag this one up to compute all the data. There we go. And last in the central tendency, which is the mode, kailangan din natin gawin is type natin yung mode, and then click this one here, the last one. Double click and highlight all these cells in the population column, and then close. Now click. As you can see, guys, what is written here is NA, which means that there's the Excel did not found a mode in the population column, and this happens in some instances where there is no frequent occurring data. And same thing sa ginawa natin, highlight na din natin, drag natin up to the last column. We want the values to be computed, and here we go. We have here 162, 60, and 62.9 values. Now let's see some column here. 162 is the mode for the average expenditure, and 60 is for the savings, and 62.9 is for the labor force participation rate. Now we can do here is change. We can change this to no mode. No mode kasi walang mode naman dito sa column na. No mode. No mode. So that's it guys for the central tendency. We have already computed the mean, median, and the mode. Now let's proceed to the range, or let's proceed with the dispersion measurements. So it's the range, standard deviation, and the variance. Okay, so it's gagawin natin is type equal, and then to get the range in Excel, the formula is max open parenthesis and then highlight again natin yung mga rows or cells sa column na gusto natin mo-compute, and then close, and minus min or minimum. Yeah. And then highlight ulit natin yung mga cells. Ayan. And then close. And now we got the range for the population column, which is 12,692,768. Gagawin ulit natin is we have to drag this one out up until the last column we want data to be computed. And for the standard deviation, so so in this case guys, we have different formula for standard deviation. It's for the sample and for the population. And in this case, standard deviation P or standard deviation population yung gagamitin natin, because as you can see, sa dataset na meron tayo, these are all datas composed or datas referring or composed of population dahil dito sa region, or lahat dahil nakalagay dito lahat ng region ng Philippines. So ang gagawin natin is type equal and then st and select stdev.p. Ibig sabihin nito is the standard deviation for population. And then same thing lang din gagawin natin. Highlight natin lahat ng cells na gusto natin ma-compute. And close. And now here we got the standard deviation for the population column. And drag lang ulit natin para ma-compute ulit yung iba pang mga columns. Yun. And lastly, for the dispersion is the variance. Same thing, napipiliin natin dito guys is for the population. So gagawin natin is type equal and then var, then select var p for the population. And then highlight ulit natin lahat ng mga cells nandito sa population column to get the variance of for the population. And then close. And ito na, nakuha na natin yung variance sa population column. And to get all the variance from all these columns, drag lang ulit natin. And yeah, kuha na natin lahat ng variance or the dispersion measurements sa lahat ng columns na andito sa dataset natin. And now, para makopy natin tong mga data na to makopy natin lahat ng data na to sa JAMOVI, kailangan natin gawin guys is tanggalin natin yung mga comma na andito. Ang gagawin natin is click natin dito, then select number, and dapat naka-uncheck to guys, use 1000 separator. Yan yung comma, you have to uncheck that one and then click OK. And now lahat ng data ay nawala na ng comma. Now para ma-copy natin lahat ng data, malagay natin ang data doon sa JAMOVI, copy lang natin to. And let's open the JAMOVI app. Hinta lang tayo saglit guys. No masters, okay. Open na natin yung JAMOVI app natin. gawin lang natin is copy, paste natin dito yung data na kinopy natin galing sa Excel. So, ayan. And, para ma-compute natin to guys, yung mga data na andito, kailangan muna natin i-edit itong unit na ito. Yung column A, kailangan muna natin itong ibahin. Yung data variable rather. Uh, First one is a population. And then let's select continuous. And then this one. To the next one. So land area. Density. Oops. Total number of families. So click natin to continue. Average income. Next is average expenditure. Savings. And gross regional domestic product. Select ulit natin continuous. Labor force. Participation. And what is the employment? Employed persons pala. Employed person. Okay. Ang gagawin natin is select, click natin itong exploration and descriptives. Ayan. And then makikita natin dito yung sa descriptives yung bibigay sa'yo ng JAMOVI and the mean, median, reservation minimum. Later guys, malalaman natin kung ano pa pwede natin gawin dito. Kasi gagawin natin, select natin itong mga variables na nandito. Select natin yan lahat. Para makompute yan yung JAMOVI app. And then click this one. Yan. And ayun. Lalabas na yung mga values, which is, ito yung advantage ni JAMOVI na i-compute na niya agad yung data para sa atin. Diyan na lahat. Simula from the population, land area, density, total of number of families, average income, average expenditure, savings, gross regional domestic product, labor force participation, and employed persons. Now, click natin tong statistics, and we can see here different yung mga iba't ibang pwede natin gamitin. here we have the central tendency. Click natin tong mode and then sum para ma-include dito sa results na ibibigay sa atin ng JAMOVI. We can also add skewness. Yan. And yung iba naman guys na hindi naman natin kailangan kagaya nito or hindi naman natin gagamitin pa itong minimum and maximum, we can exclude this one by unclicking them and replace natin sila na sa variance and range para sa dispersion measurement. And ayan, dito na yung mean, median, mode, sum sa central tendency, and then the standard deviation, variance, and the range sa dispersion guys. And we also click here the plot, and dito naman is pwede tayo mag-select na anong plots na pwede natin na gusto natin gamitin or applicable sa data or sa research na ating gagawin or statistics na ating i-compute. Yan. And JAMOVI will automatically give you the plots for all the data that you have here. Ayan. Pwede natin i-check lahat ng dito guys kung anong gusto nyo gamitin. Yan. Density. And the max plot. And etc. Na pwede natin magamit. So that's it for this videos guys. I hope you've learned something from this. Thank you and God bless.